Okay. Aside from my gazillion internet windows, can everyone see my screen right now? So social media for real estate agents. Yes, thank you, Mindy / Michaeline. Okay. All right, amazing. So my name is Carly Sablotny. I'm the team leader at Milestone Property Group over at Living, if we have not met. And I'm going to do a little presentation on social media. So many of you have probably been to a social media class. I've taught quite a few. So I was trying to make something a little different, and we're going to try to make it as fun as we can too. So first, what are some current trends in social media, right? Video content is absolutely dominating. That's going to continue. You're seeing probably a lot more real estate agents posting videos of their listings as opposed to just photos. You're going to see more informational video content, more funny stuff, something I'm sure you're noticing, interactive storytelling. So a lot of people on things like Facebook and Instagram, when they're using their stories, the temporary things, interactive posts. Long story short on that, if you can boost engagement, your posts are going to continue to get pushed. So if you have a Facebook post and it's getting a lot of comments and likes and tags, it's going to continue showing up in more and more feeds. We've got the rise of influencer and niche marketing. I have influencer in there because I don't mean influencers like the ones that you see selling skincare and fashion and things like that. I mean influencers for specific categories. You've got loan officers with tons and tons of followers, real estate agents, and people in all kinds of industries. So something that you can do, especially if you're trying to gain YouTube or a TikTok following, is to really hone in on your niche. If your account is sort of all over the place, all kinds of different stuff, it's going to be blasted to all kinds of different people as opposed to the people looking at what you're trying to put out. And lastly, authenticity is having a moment. So what does that mean? If you were to go on Instagram a few years ago, you see the travel influencers, you see the people that are cooking, and everything looks absolutely perfect. Facebook, same thing. People are just posting a lot of the good stuff on there, a lot of perfection. Something that's coming with video content is authenticity. You are seeing people unphotoshopped. You are seeing them at home in their loungewear, no makeup. You are seeing real, raw people. And with that is going to come relatability that makes you more accessible and more relatable. And that is the beauty of video content. It's going to push like-minded people. So if you've got someone with similar interests to you, maybe they're looking for a house, more of your content is going to get pushed to them. I don't know why this thing is beeping at me. Why is social media so important? Your social media database is a database. I know we talk about your client database when we're talking about real estate, and your CRM is absolutely that. Your phone is that. But your social media accounts are databases. If they're open to the public, it's open to anyone. But if you have 2,000 people that you're friends with on Facebook, that is 2,000 people you can speak to. I know a lot of them are going to be industry people. It just kind of comes with being in the industry. They're going to add you. But if you had 400 people in your graduating high school class and you are friends with 90% of them on Facebook, there's 400 people you can communicate with. So if you are looking at your client manager as a database and saying, I don't have that many people in there. Well, yes, you do. You have databases. They're there. You just have to learn how to utilize them. They're free. They're not costing you any money. They're people you already know much of the time. The best source of business is referral based. So if you already know people and maybe they've moved out of state and had different things in their life, but maybe their parents pass over here and they need someone to sell a home or they need a referral. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. And if they are not in your database, if they're not in your social media, if this is an upcoming client, they are going to look you up before they meet you. They're going to Google you. So you have to view your social media profiles as something that a potential client is going to see. And if you think they're not, they are. I walked into an appointment yesterday and they said, I saw you on TikTok last night. So they're going to see you. They're going to find you. Especially now we do it. We look people up as we're researching, we have forewarn in that. So you have to think of the things that they're going to find, they're going to see it. And if you're putting out good content and they're relating to you, it's all the better. I don't know why my computer keeps beeping at me. So what do we want to do with social media? We want to stop the scroll. I don't know if you've ever heard the term doom scrolling. That's when you're kind of flipping on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, just kind of endlessly. What is something that is going to flip that switch in their mind and they're going to focus on it? The more they watch it or interact with it, it's going to keep showing on their feeds and it's going to keep showing on other feeds. So how do you stop the scroll? A million different ways. Compelling visuals for starters. You want to have good images, have good lighting, have a steady camera. You can think of this similar to if we're scrolling through the MLS and there's a major difference, isn't there, between professional photography and someone who maybe used their cell phone. Just shows completely different. So you can get yourself a selfie light. They're like $4. You don't have to get professional lighting equipment. Natural light. Today, if you film a video near a window, you're going to get some decent lighting. Very important. Have a steady camera, have a steady hand, prop it up on something. Pay attention to how these photos and videos are coming off. You want to connect through emotion. So I get a lot of interaction if I'm sharing a story on Facebook about a client that I've known, and I might share how I met them, how long we've known each other. I might tell a joke. It's not just another one sold. You're actually putting more information out there and making it more personal. And engagement is a big one too. I know I've already mentioned it, but polls, quizzes, responding to comments. Don't just post something and let everyone go at it on their own. And anything that they can interact with. Something that's popular for engagement is this or that. Someone will post, do you like this farmhouse style kitchen or this mid-century modern? Would you prefer a front porch or a swimming pool? Let them kind of interact and talk about it. So I've got 10 examples here for headlines that can successfully stop the scroll. Major savings. How can you save money, right? Tax benefits, house hacking, investing, owning versus renting. There's an infinite ways that your finances are benefited by owning real estate. A couple of videos I recently posted are pertaining to paying a little bit of extra on your mortgage every month and how property taxes will affect your mortgage payment. Sneak peek, rare find. Everybody wants to be in on the secrets, right? They want to know the things. Here's why this property won't last long. Do a giveaway. Homeownership secrets no one tells you. Something that some people will do that's similar to that is maybe making it seem like it's going to be a really negative story, but turning it into a good one, like house hunting nightmare, but it's really a joke that turned out to be something good. I think I found my dream home. Your perfect home awaits. Don't miss out. Watch until the end. That is an amazing way to boost engagement, especially on video content. These sites are paying attention to that. They're tracking how long your videos are being watched. And if the longer people are watching it, the more it's going to continue to push. So if you have something like a loop going where they maybe won't notice it, so maybe the background is just, I don't know, a video of a kitchen, and there's a lot of words on it. That video will loop potentially a few times before they finish reading it, which will push it. But if you say watch until the end, or you're saving something really good till the end, that's going to incentivize them to do that. You won't believe what we found in this home. That could be an interesting story about something you found or something really cool, a hidden door in a bookshelf, all that kind of good stuff. Or I am so embarrassed. They love to laugh at you. Example, something I could share for that. I, over the summer, completely fell in a front yard showing a house, and my knees were bleeding. And it was the first time I met the clients, and I completely pretended I was fine. We've all been there, right? Okay, so here's a QR code. If you want to scan this, you're going to have a Canva account. So if you don't have a Canva account, email me. I'll just send you a PDF of this later on. It is 40 examples for vague, basic headlines that you can use and try to stop the scroll yourself. They're vague, so you can tweak it, change it any way that you want to, or you can use them directly, but it's meant to be an idea starter. I'm going to give you just a second if you guys want to scan that QR code. Next one. Why is a call to action important? What is a call to action? That's a question that they can answer. That is a next step. That is book a call or download this guide or send me an email. It guides the audience to take a specific action, such as making a purchase, signing up for your newsletter, contacting you for information. It drives conversions, it drives engagement. Something that you will see really, really often, you'll see a lot of marketers and coaches doing that. They will say, get your free guide for this, right? Get your free 50 video titles, or your free 10 scripts, or your free golden letter, whatever it is. And then when you sign up for that free thing, you are now in their database, and then they're emailing you other things, or they're emailing you a discount code. That is one way to get information. Yes, Mindy, I will email you in Canva. Okay. Something that I think is really, really fun that not everyone does is using pop culture events, important events, funny things, and kind of utilizing that for your social media. So can anybody give me an example of something that has happened recently in pop culture, or maybe you've seen on Instagram, whatever, in the news, a light thing, celebrity breakup, things like that? I'll give you a second if anyone wants to put something in the chat before I start giving you examples. One example I'll give is something I saw on the news at the Golden Globes. Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift appeared to be gossiping about something. You could take a picture of that and make it something that they're saying about real estate. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, that's a big one right now. Target Stanley's. Yes, thank you, Jess. That's actually this example. This is a post that I made, and I said something about, I can't get you the Stanley, but I can help you match the paint color for your front door Certainly not the funniest thing I've ever made up, but it's there. Here's one I had Nick help me Photoshop this. Do we remember a few months ago when Kourtney Kardashian did this to announce her pregnancy? The Kardashians are easy ones to come up with ideas off of. Blink-182 had this in a music video. And so she copied the music video and put Travis, I'm pregnant. So I put Travis, I'm listing with Carly. Super cheesy, funny. Something that I'm seeing all over social media, people are really into the new Calvin Klein campaign with Jeremy Allen White. So they've got a video of him sort of running through New York City and exercising and, you know, looking all smoldery, right? And so this luggage brand put a pair of Calvin Kleins onto this piece of luggage, making a joke off of this campaign. So I'm not telling you all to get in your Calvin Kleins and get on a roof, but you could do this with a for sale sign or, you know, anything that you're kind of seeing that is all over the place. Get creative. Something that happened recently is Gypsy Rose Blanchard got out of jail. Gypsy Rose has all these documentaries. It's a very famous case that happened. So I'm going to play you a quick TikTok from the Queen, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, right?
If you want to know the most important question you can ask in an interview, and
Oh, that is not that video. It played, so it was.
This video is for Gypsy Rose only. If you're on Gypsy Rose, keep scrolling.
This is real estate related
Gypsy,
too.
I picked out the perfect house for you and Ryan. First things first, you need a security gate with a very long driveway. And nothing says love better in Louisiana than 2 matching pickup trucks. Okay, let's move to the kitchen. Here's a huge refrigerator stocked with Dr. Pepper for you and Ryan. I know you're a new cook, but here's a perfect stovetop. And you're gonna need this home theater to show all your family and friends the documentary. And Ryan can watch wrestling on the big tube as well. Let's get to the important stuff. You know you need a king-size bed to keep it spicy. Might I suggest a mirror on the ceiling for checking in with your parole officer? No problem. Here's a perfect little space. That's it. That's the perfect house. Call me. I'll arrange a showing. This video is for Gypsy Rose only.
Okay. She is a very famous real estate agent. She's on Shark Tank, if you do not know who she is, but that video was absolutely genius. She took a pop culture moment and made it into a very funny real estate description. And I absolutely loved it. And you can do that with just about any celebrity. You could take a celebrity couple. You know, this is what I think Blake Lively's dream house would be. Whatever you can make it, or a celebrity couple that's splitting up or something along those lines. Here is something I made pertaining to an analogy I use all the time. I used it last spring. I'll use it again this spring. But if you've ever been to a water park and they've got this big bucket at the top and it's filling with water and it gets really full, it spills over. I compare that to, you know, when the interest rates drop. Something that I've seen a few times is somebody running down the road and somebody's filming this, and then it will say, you know, rates 7%, and then more people will join and it will say rates 6%, and then they start running faster and there's more people, it's rates 5%. It's a compelling and interesting visual to open up that conversation about what's going to happen when rates are going to drop. And this was not even good Photoshop, like doesn't even look good, but that's almost what makes it funny. Another thing you want to keep in mind is don't lose the personal from your personal pages, okay? Not every post should be about real estate, and you also need to keep it on a personal level. If it is who wants to buy or sell a home, here's my cell phone number over and over again, people are not going to read it. You've got to catch them with something else. So I'm picking on Erin Boer here. I didn't tell her I was going to do this, but this is a fantastic example of this. So Erin's got a lot of Facebook friends. She made a post that her and her husband were looking to expand beyond their go-to restaurants. What are your favorite spots? People love sharing information. So what happened here, she had almost 300 comments. All she did was ask for restaurant recommendations. You can do that with anything. Gyms, restaurants, local things, hair salons, whatever you would want to do. Something else you could do also is ask for contractor recommendations. People love recommending professionals, and you can further connect with those contractors and go from there and start building a relationship. She also put a photo. Putting a photo in a post, especially a Facebook post, will help boost it a little bit too and grab more attention. People like pictures. So some quick tools that you can use. You can schedule social media. Hootsuite, Buffer, you can use Canva's scheduler. That works absolutely fine. Some people will do like a monthly content calendar and either print it out or have it there so they can plan that way. Learn Canva, learn Adobe if you want to get a little more complicated with it, but Canva is plenty easy. And get to know your analytics. If you've got a business account on Facebook or Instagram, you can see when people are engaging with your content. You can see their age range, their location. These are all things that you can utilize to speak to your audience. Okay. Like if you are dealing with a younger demographic in their 20s, they may be more likely to be on their phone 8 to 11 p.m. So keep that in mind. If you are, I'm going to use an example of someone on my team. She's got 2 children. One's in college and one is in a later grade in high school. So we were doing some talking recently, and home valuations are a really great thing for her to offer because a lot of her friends' parents are going to be at a stage of life where they're going to be downsizing. Maybe when the kids are out of the house, they're going to move to Florida. There's, maybe they need a refi, get some of that money to pay for college. So you've got to know your audience. And fun fact, you can hit the easy button on this. You may not have as many personal videos with these tools, but if you are looking for social media posts, you can get everything from posts to they have the captions there already. There are plenty of services and things that do that. Etsy is a great one. You can get on Etsy and get hundreds of posts for a few dollars that you can just click the link, go into Canva, and use all you want. There's many, many of them. Email newsletters, buyer guides, whatever you can possibly want, you can find on there. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Agent Crate is a service. All the rest of these are monthly things that you can pay for. I've not seen all of them, the inner workings of them, but they've got pre-made posts. They've got all kinds of lead generating tools and things that you can use. Ladies of Real Estate, Curated Social, Pink Door Social, The Social Broker. I believe Elevated Agent has a membership fee as well. And most of these are not expensive. So you can pay an agency to post on your behalf. You can do that. It's going to cost a whole lot more. But if you would like to do that, you absolutely can. But all of these tools are there, plug and play, very simple and easy to use. Okay. Organizing is super important. If you're doing social media, it's something I'm personally working on. My team, we come out with a calendar every month where I will put suggestions, seller tip, buyer tip, some things that you can do. You don't have to 100% stick to it, but if you come up with a plan of, I'm going to go into this month and I'm going to take these 5 categories and plan my posts off of those 5 categories, it breaks it down, makes it a little bit easier. Pay attention to your times. You can even Google the times people are most on their phone. If you are posting something at 2 a.m, you're going to have less people seeing it. That is just how that works. So you got to think about the time where people are on their phone, they're going to see it. And be flexible. Something might happen in the world that you want to make a post related to that we didn't see coming. Okay. And last slide's open for any questions, comments, concerns. Somebody's calling me from Keller Williams. Okay. Any comments? Feel free to unmute yourself or put it in the chat. Anything at all. Everybody's so quiet today. Or if you have a social media interaction that you've had recently you want to share, you can do that too. Nobody. Okay. How often do I post content? It depends on the platform. Facebook, I would say almost every day, oftentimes multiple times a day, because Facebook's a pretty good one for me. Instagram, the past few months, I have been very much a story poster and not much on the feed. And that's something I'm actually trying to work on right now. Believe it or not, social media does not come naturally to me. Prior to real estate, I never used it. I never posted. So I became very intentional about that when I started in real estate, and I did not have any kind of advertising budget. TikTok, I would say I try to do 4 or 5 days a week if I can on there. I probably have, not even probably, I definitely have the most followers on there. Something else you can consider is if you want a business page. So our team has an Instagram page and I have a personal Instagram page. I used to post every sale on the personal page. I don't do that anymore. I've moved that over to the team page. Do I post the same video across all platforms? Yes and no. Some things are a better fit for one platform or another. I will say if you are on Instagram and you go to film a reel, you can save that before it posts, because if you make a video in TikTok and download it, it has the TikTok watermark on it and it won't get pushed through other platforms. That's something that they all do. You could also use an app and kind of make the video beforehand and then upload it everywhere.
Carly, it's
Yes.
Mindy. I have a question.
Okay.
What about we have a business page and a personal page, and Michaeline like totally only does her personal page like for herself, and we post very rarely our business on her personal page, and only we post our business stuff on our business page. Should we be doing more personal stuff also on her business page, or no?
Is this like a account or a page that you would like?
We have a business page already.
Okay. So like a page that they
So-
can go and like, not one they have to add a friend to.
Right, that we have likes, which we don't have a ton of likes, which I've been trying to work on.
Yeah. Posting regularly will help that, and sharing posts. You could try to do a little giveaway on there to get some following. My business pages, I keep pretty much business. Something you can do on Instagram
Okay.
specifically is you can collaborate both pages so the video can appear on both. But if you're looking at Michaeline's pages, everyone she knows is probably friends with her on her personal page. So
Right.
I wouldn't make it all business or all personal, but have a little bit of it in there, because the more she's displaying the business on there, the more she's
Right, because she has more friends than she has likes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause remember, that is a database. Your social media profile is a database. So she's got however many hundreds of people in there. to communicate with. So it doesn't have to be buy or sell a house with me, but it can be, you know, I really love this kitchen and this home I sold last week, things that will pique interest. So something that I have gotten a ton of business from that I didn't think of when I was doing it was just posting cute rooms on my Instagram stories when I would show homes. I would show a house, they would have a really nice kitchen or a cool fireplace or something, and I would just post a picture of it. There wouldn't even be words with it a lot of the time. And then I started having people reaching out saying, I'm obsessed with your Instagram stories. I want to buy a house so bad now. You've really inspired me. And they'll also refer people to me. I've had people I haven't heard from in years and years that have sent me business. So, somebody asked, should we have a personal and business page? I would. I share some of the business posts on my personal page, but the business page goes along with something that goes back to they're Googling you. Have a Google page. Have reviews on there. Have a business page. The more you have, the more you're going to come up when somebody Googles, you know, realtor in X city. And if you have a business page and you have a Google page and you have a website, that makes you look all the more legitimate. Posting the same content to both business and personal pages, is that too much of the same? I would have to see the content, but potentially. I try to only do a little bit of crossover on the both. But if I post a listing, that goes on the business page and then I'll share it on my personal page too. And then I'll also tag my whole team so it shows up on their pages and they might also share it and it just gets more views that way. And I can take that same one and post it, you know, in the garage sale groups or whatever that may look like. I only went over on questions, so not too bad. I am going to put, I'm going to put my email and my phone number in the chat right now. So if you want these slides, you want that Canva document, or you want to ask me any kind of question imaginable, you are welcome to reach out to do that. So it's in the chat if you need it. Unshare my screen. I have a tough time getting the chat to show up when I'm sharing my screen. So I'll give a second for that. A lot of you guys already have my phone number and my email. Alrighty. Other than that, I think we're all set. I'm gonna have to venture out in the cold in a little bit. Hopefully you're all staying warm. But thanks for coming. You guys have a good day, a good week, an amazing business, okay?